Welcome back to Coffee House Crime, folks. My name is Adrian, and if you like true crime with the heaviness it deserves, then please consider subscribing. Now, with that said, please grab yourself a coffee. This is the case of Valeria Marquez and the Livestream murders. Before the fame, the followers, and the flashing lights, Valeria Marquez was just a small girl from Jalisco. Born in 2001, she grew up in a modest household on the outskirts of Guadalajara. Her mother worked long hours while her father was often absent, and Valeria, both bright-eyed and stubborn, learned early how to hold her own. She was the kind of girl who turned school uniforms into fashion statements, and one who knew how to draw attention. By her late teens, she had carved out a space online, and what started with makeup tutorials in her bedroom mirror, which were shot on a cracked iPhone and lit with fairy lights, would soon turn into something far larger. She seemed to have that spark, and before she knew it, she had become a rising influencer in Guadalajara. After that, her platforms would grow quickly, and by 2023, her TikTok and her Instagram had become rather recognizable. But Valeria was smart. She didn't want to rely solely on her platforms, and so instead, she used them to her advantage to build her own tangible empire. That is when she conceived the idea of having her own salon, and fast forward several months, she had used the money she had earned through her platforms, and more specifically through sponsorships, to found Blossom the Beauty Lounge. Blossom was the result of all of her hard work, and for a young woman of only 23 years old, she was doing it all. She was a model, an entrepreneur, a business manager, and an influencer, some that many people in her age would consider a symbol of self-made success. On her Instagram page, now with more than 500,000 followers, Valeria can be found posing in her business scrubs, on top of luxurious yachts, and even on board private jets. Meanwhile, on TikTok, she had amassed over 110,000 followers. But behind the glossy reels and the storefront, there were now whispers, and in the early months of 2025, many of Valeria's friends claimed that she had become more nervous. She looked over her shoulder more often, would cancel appointments last minute,